stream for a while. This is gonna be my latest stream this year probably, or from now until like June. Um, because guys, tomorrow's the first day of school. Overall, I'm not excited. Okay, like, yeah. Don't really want to go to school tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow is Tuesday, but I have to get up at around 7 o'clock in the morning, which means I should be going and getting off around 10, 11 and stuff. So, yeah. Also for a guard, CJ McCollum just did really good at actually playing how he's supposed to be. A guard. And LeBron did a really good job at being a forward there, but, Dirk didn't do a good job at something called, defending his player. He did more of a job of helping the wrong side of the court. And now Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is already 0 for 2. And he's taking 10 minutes to do his crap. But yeah, tomorrow's the first day of school, so I'll be starting most of my streams now after 2, maybe 3 or 4 actually, p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And most of my streams will sorry, I'm just listening to something. Did he really just pause it for that long because he scored a 3? Like, when you're scoring a 3 and you got a green even, usually you're just supposed to do a quick, like, pause and unpause, or at most pause it for about 2 seconds, maybe 3. Of course, I had to have Dirk coming in to guard LeBron because CJ was slower than Taco Fall. Like, literally, if you're a guard, you're supposed to be athletic and fast. You're not supposed to be slower than the slowest player in the world. I feel like if they made a trophy for the players who made it to the, like, they give like 2 trophies in the playoffs. Overall, at the end, it's about 3 trophies, alright? But what I thought they did was they gave away, or what I think they could have done, but this would be a lot more trophies. They would give a trophy for every round you win. So if you win the first round, you get a trophy. Second trophy. Third trophy. Conference finals trophy. But they only give a total of 3 trophies a year because that would be a lot more time and money if they gave freaking upwards of, so there's the first round, which is total, if they did it, it would be a total of 8 trophies. And then the next round, it would be a total of an extra 4 trophies. That's 12. And then 2 trophies. That's 14. and then 15 including the finals trophy. So at the end of the day, freaking upwards of 16 or 17 trophies would be a lot. But they give two, so they give one if you win the conference finals and get into the NBA finals, and then you get one if you go to, if you win the NBA finals, and of course you are the champions. And then they also give you the entire team and the staff get a ring. Like the bench players even. The only people who don't get rings are the people who are in the D-League. Because one, they didn't win, because the D-League is a different league. It's just kind of the minors. And second, you actually need to win in the D-League to get a ring. I think the Raptors 905, their D-League teams actually won the finals a couple of times. Because their D-League, like every D-League team is created at the same time as the actual NBA team. Because they need, like, if they get more players, and they're going to need a couple demo. That was embarrassing. UFO. Damn. At this point in the game, I hate it when I run into these types of people. But at this point in the game, Galaxy Opals are just giving up for a lot easier. Like, you could open 1 or 2 packs and get a Galaxy. Surprisingly enough, LeBron has a dynamic duo. And this is when he played for the Cavs, so that'd probably be Kyrie. Carmelo, I don't know who his dynamic duo would be. And then Anthony Davis when the Hornets, when he played for the Hornets, which by the way were just New Orleans, just slightly different. They're the Hornets instead of the Pelicans. That was when Charlotte was the Bobcats. Would probably be CP3. Like, I'll go and check. I want to know who Carmelo's dynamic duo is, though. It'd probably be a good player that he's played with. If him and LeBron, though, come up this year, then, you know, like, I'd like to see him and LeBron play this year. LeBron said, like, because Carmelo's still showing that he can play the game and that he's still good. He isn't a bad player still. Even though he's far out of his prime, playing 1 year basketball in Syracuse, and then being waived for some reason, even though he's still, to this day, one of the greatest basketball players who's never won a championship. If the Lakers signed him this year, the Lakers would not only have another great player, but they'd have almost the highest chance of a championship, okay? Their starting lineup would have LeBron and Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins and Carmelo Anthony. Like, just think Also, Dirk, you're supposed to guard your players, not sit back and act as if nothing is happening. Alright, it makes sense why you don't have a family. I'm kidding. I think Dirk has a family. I don't know. I don't do research on him. I'm not a huge Dirk Nowitzki fan. I only know the Dallas Mavericks 2 players being, or for this season, Luka Doncic and Kristaps re-signing with them for a very extensive amount of money. Seems that Dirk, though, would have never done more than, like, he would have never left the team. Like, he said that he never really wanted to leave. Like, he's one of the few people who started, and he's one of the few, not just regular people, but he's one of the few all-stars and legends who will just stick with one team over their career. Alright, there's only 2, 3 of those that I know. So Dirk is one of them. And then Kobe and Jordan. Kobe stayed with the Lakers his entire career, never left them. Jordan stayed with the Bulls his entire career. Look where he is, still the best Chicago Bull in the history of Chicago. Of course, he also is one of the very few people in the NBA who hasn't lost a single finals. I mean, another player or group of players that I can confirm that have done that is Kyle Lowry. He made 1 finals appearance with the Raptors this year, and look who won the finals this year, the Raptors. Of course, he was a, draft night trade, I think. I don't know. And Kawhi, I think. There's a bunch of people. If you're on a team that, there's one dude who's won 3 finals. He won 2 with the Warriors and 1 with the Raptors. And I think the Warriors are 3 for 5. Like, Curry is 3 for 5. He has 3 rings. Oh, that was fresh. Well, I just really want a good night's sleep tonight, though. I'm really excited. At the same time, I'm really scared. Okay, this guy's all pink diamonds, but they're intimidating. Okay, he has 3. Just pick 3 players, right? Only 1 player forward. Other than that, a center and a guard is good. Because first of all, guards are supposed to be really good at steals. There's nobody there who is a guard that can be good at steals. Second, a forward is supposed to be good at slashing and such. So he has 3 slashers. And also, I mean, a lot of them are also good from the line if they're not a power forward. And then a center is the best on the team at rebounds and such. So he has Alonzo Mourning, a really good player when it comes to, you know, slashing and stuff. But then he has, you know, Dirk, who's really good at posting, so slashing again. And also he's not bad at threes, if I say so myself. And then he has Paul George, who's just good from the 3-point line and also pretty good from inside. I don't know his stats. All I know is that he's pretty good from both. Like, he's an all-around superstar kind of guy. So he's not bad in any aspect besides maybe, I don't know, defense, like almost every forward is. Except for, you know, Kawhi, who's won Defensive Player of the Year. But if you don't know, usually it's a center that's made Um, like it's either a center or power forward that's always made defensive player of the year. Alright, like evidence this year's defensive player of the year, I actually don't know who it was. I think it was a center though. I don't think it was Kawhi. Kawhi won finals MVP. Alright, there's two differences, alright? There's a difference between regular MVP and finals MVP. Regular MVP means that you did the best overall this season. Finals MVP means that you were the best player in the finals, or you're the best player on the winning team for the finals. But they also, when they're looking at the finals MVP, they don't base it solely off of the player on the team who did the best in the finals round. They base it off of all of their rounds, alright, all of the playoffs rounds. So for example, if it weren't for Kawhi hitting that one buzzer beater against the 76ers and doing overall a really good job in every single round and leading the Raptors to winning that finals, then right now Fred VanVleet would probably have gone, even though he's a sixth man. I mean, he could have easily taken over Kyle Lowry's position, though, any day of the week. Alright, now I don't think he will for a couple more years because Kyle Lowry... Actually, no. I think either him or Kyle Lowry. I think it's actually VanVleet taking over the shooting guard position on the Raptors this year. And then Lowry's taking over the point guard still. And then small forward, I don't know. If I could pick, I think that I'd put either Pascal Siakam or Serge as the power forward and small forward. I'd have them as the power and small forward. Center, same as this year, Gasol. Alright, Marc Gasol was a great center for the Raptors. Like, he was definitely a good player. I know that he's won a couple of awards being a center and all. I think he's one defensive player, but I don't know. He used to be for the Grizzlies, I think. And now it's Valanciunas because Valanciunas has taken his position as the center for, you know, they've swapped positions. Or not positions, but they've swapped teams. Which is literally just evidence that they just had a trade for them. Like, that was a smart trade, though. The Raptors will always look for... Like, what Masai Ujiri did was he was just looking out for franchise with good players, but who are really lacking in overall skill. Like, he was looking for players who were, like, all-star caliber, but because of the team not doing good, they were desperate for a good player from a team that was better than them. The Raptors made the playoffs most years, and they had Valanciunas, a center who is exceptionally good. So they gave the offer of Marc Gasol for Valanciunas. Alright, a center who is exceptionally good for a center who could easily have been an all-star at points. And so that was what the Raptors did. Is they continuously sent the player contracts, or they continuously send trades to teams that looked like they were not doing so hot in the past seasons and looked like they needed a rebuild. And then with that, Masai Ujiri did his own little rebuild, okay? Which is really good. Like, it's like he was playing 2K and doing a freaking King of the Fourth Quarter challenge. He rebuilt the 2019 Raptors, or he rebuilt the 2018 Raptors for the 2019 season, and look where he brought them. A quick rebuild later. Alright, he played a quick game with 2K. Quick game later, he was, you know, a finals winner. And the biggest trade, though, was the fact that not only did he lose our best player, but he got Kawhi, the best player on another team, who is smart and also a very good player. Not only does he have a good IQ, he's also a great defenseman. And then also in that trade, they got Danny Green, who kind of just got added into the trade just so they could get another player. But the Spurs weren't doing as hot the past couple years. Alright, they weren't getting their finals, they weren't getting their MVPs, they weren't doing as hot as they should have for a team that's, you know, come off of multiple MVP finals seasons and also come off of losing one of the greatest power forwards of all time, Tim Duncan. Alright, the guy who knows the game inside and out. Alright. The guy who got the nickname Mr. Fundamentals because he can use his resources to the max potential. He can find a way to get the ball in being guarded by 5 guys that are taller than him. Put Yao Ming, freaking Manute Bol, Hakeem Olajuwon, Moses Malone, and Shaq in front of him, and he could find a way to still get the ball in. So I know you could sell shoes for like 7,000. Alright, overall shoe cards aren't that good. Okay. Kevin, oh god damn. This is one of those guys that nobody will like to play against. And when they do play against him, they know ways to get past him. Even though this guy clearly shows weakness before we even start the game, okay? If you guys want to know how you can tell if somebody has a weakness, is which positions they're using, alright? If they're strong and they know that they are strong without using OP players, what they will do is they will use a center, a power forward or small forward, and a shooting guard. They will use 3 guys who are exceptionally, you know, kind of equal. But if they're showing mid weakness, then they'll use maybe a center, a power forward, and a small forward, or a center and 2 forwards overall. But if they want to show like pretty big weakness, then they'll use like a center and a power forward. So if they want to show light weakness but still weakness, then they'll use 3 small, or they use like center, small forward, power forward, kind of those types. They'll use only forwards. They want to show that they're pretty freaking weak, then they'll use multiple power forwards and they will not use a guard. Alright? But if they want to show pure 100% weakness, then they will use 3 big men, okay? The shortest player that they will use is a tall ass power forward, or in this case, Kevin Garnett, a Hall of Fame power forward. Alright. This guy right here is showing so much weakness that I can't even begin to tell you how much. The best part though is that since they're all big men, it's gonna be quite easy to get steals, which if you don't know, steals are like the most important thing. The only thing is that this guy only knows how to get dunks. So that's also a good bit of news. Also, this guy is showing you more weakness. I'm going for a press. So let's just go like this and airball it. As you can see, this guy is only using, like, his shortest guy is a power forward. I want to message this guy on PlayStation and say, use some actual players, not just short, or not just players who are above 7 foot. I swear, all 3 of his guys are above 7 foot. If his shortest player is Kevin Garnett and is taller. Alright, you know what? Screw this guy. I'm gonna strip. Alright, you know what? Screw it. I'm leaving. I cannot deal with this sack of crap. If I get banned, I'm gonna blame it on the guy because he was just a dude using 3 big men. Alright, you are the biggest wuss in this game if you're using big men and big men only. Or if you have to use the tallest players in the league, then you are a huge baby and you do not deserve to be playing this game. Alright? In my opinion, if you're using 3 big men, you should not be playing this game mode. Go and play like my team ultimate or whatever. Like go and play a harder opponent's game mode. Alright. Manute Bol, Danny Granger, Michael Jordan. I'm not gonna get mad at this guy, alright? He has one of the biggest men in the NBA, but then he also has a small forward, in general, a forward, and then a guard. So this guy shows strength, not weakness. I'm gonna be talking about that, alright guys? Strength and weakness, alright? This guy's showing pure-hearted strength. He is willing to show that he has big men and small men. But the fact that his only player that you can't consider a big man is Michael Jordan, the best defender in league history and the best dunker in league history, is pretty dangerous, okay? But he's still a shooting guard who I can say at least is the best player in NBA history. He's also using, like I said, the tallest player in the league history to ever play a regular season game. The reason why I'm saying to ever play a regular season game is because Tacko Fall technically is taller in the way of the fact that if they're basing it on the tallest player in the NBA and 2 players have the same height, then they'll proceed to go into wingspan and standing reach. Manute Bol, I don't know his standing reach, but I know that Tacko Falls is 10'2". Yeah. And that play could easily have been on Shaq and a fool. That was not the right player. I was clearly going for CJ there. And then, you know, just a gay. Alright. Well, somehow he can get players up to the basket, but I can't. So I'm going to have to base it off of the fact that he better not be using Michael Jordan the entire game. Also, funny enough, my player did not do anything to foul him. Also, I'm kind of scared. So pretty much for school, I have like clothes. Now, since I don't have to wear a uniform, instead of me only having 3 shirt options and 2 pants options and not having to worry about getting judged because everybody else is wearing the same clothes because of course uniforms, I have to worry more because of course I'm going to a school that doesn't have a classic old uniform and it has a dress code only. So now I have to worry about getting judged on all your clothes are ugly, they aren't off-white, pure, like, they aren't off-white Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Supreme clothes. Yeah, that's ugly. Which I plan on honestly just getting just a casual, like, gray sweater, and then having different pairs of shorts I'm gonna wear every day. And then I'm gonna have like the one sweater that I don't take off. I'll like roll up the sleeves. Over the spring I might take it off. What's also a good thing about high school is the fact that I have a locker now. So I can easily, you know, put my sweater in my locker. I'm gonna leave if he makes this. Alright. he makes this, alright? If he makes a 3 between now and the end, then I will leave the game. Alright. And I'm also gonna end the stream. I got the perfect steal. And the perfect alley-oop to finish the play. Not yet. Alright, Mom. Dirk is literally slower than a snail. A snail. If a snail was in this game and had any sort of jump on it, it would literally beat Dirk to the basket and it would win the game. Also, Dirk is literally the slowest. Not only is he slow, but he is just not good. Alright, like, look at that crap. It took him a minute to realize that the play was going on, and then it took him an extra minute and a half to block it. And then he missed the dunk on General Layton, and then it had to take a floater. Manute Bol is going up for a dunk. Alright, challenge. He has to score 3 to win the game. Can't tell him that, but, you know, let's see. If Dirk makes this, then I will guaranteed quit. Alright. He's going for a floater to win. So he's just taking the easy way out to win the game. He isn't taking the, I'm an actual man way. Like, he's taking the, I'm a little boy who has no friends. Alright, yeah, shoot a 3. Nope, he's going for the dunk. And he should have honestly just not done that, because I'm ending the stream, guys. Good night.